Hello and happy Thursday, everyone. Today we are talking about nighttime routines. Unfortunately, Casey is under the weather, so she won't be able to join us today, but I will cover the material as best as I can. So, before we get started, for those of you who aren't familiar with who I am, my name is Jessica Melnick. I'm a registered holistic nutritionist, the founder of the Anti Arthritis Method program, the host of the Happy Joints Arthritis Solutions Group, and I help both women and men with various forms of arthritis get back to living life the way that they choose to, not the way that they have to. So, like I said, today we're going to talk about nighttime routines, what that might look like, why they're helpful, all of those things. So, a nighttime routine is basically just a set of habits or actions that we are taking part in the last couple of hours or so before we go to bed. And the reason why it's really important to look into having one, especially if you're struggling with a form of arthritis or another autoimmune condition, is that it's really going to help us set us up for a quality night's sleep to help us really wake up and feel refreshed and ready for our morning routine. So, when we have a really good sleep, it is allowing our body to repair and also to work as efficiently as it can. So, we want to make sure that we set our bodies up for all that repair work that it does during the night before we go to sleep. And it also sets us up for a much, much better morning and a much better day the next day. So, for example, I'll give you some ideas of what I do before bed. So, what we do know nowadays is that a lot of the blue light that comes from our computer screens, our TVs, our phones, our tablets that we're using really can be very stimulating and can keep us up at night. So, if you are like me and you do enjoy watching television in the evening, it's really important to wear glasses that have blue light blockers in them. So you can buy glasses that aren't prescription, that are just specifically glasses that you would wear in the evening if you're ever on your computer or your phone or watching television in the few hours before bed. So what this blue light does is it's very stimulating. It can keep you up and can make it really hard for you to sleep. So by having this blue light blockers, you're filtering out that light, so you're not getting that stimulating light during the time of day that you're supposed to be calming down and relaxing. So I have a set of reading glasses that have the blue light blocker built right into the lens. But like I said, you can also go online and you can purchase blue light blocking glasses. There's different brands out there. I know Dave Asprey, he's the founder of the Bulletproof brand. He has blue light blocking glasses that you can purchase as well. So some ideas for that. One of the things that I do as well when I'm getting ready for bed is I kind of go into my relaxation mode. It's like I've shut my computer down for the day. I put on my pajamas or some other comfy clothes. I wash my face, do my skincare routine. I also really enjoy a powdered magnesium supplement that I have in water. It's quite nice and fizzy. I like to take that about an hour or two before bed. It's very, very hydrating, and it also helps relax my muscles and it helps make us sleepy. So that is a combination of magnesium citrate or magnesium carbonate. You have to be careful with citrate. Magnesium citrate can give you loose bowels if you take too much, which is not harmful but unpleasant. And magnesium carbonate is really going to help you relax and help your muscles relax too. So I find it's a nice beverage to have a couple hours before bed. And like I said, makes me feel good. Also, I enjoy reading right before bed. I have a little tiny reading light that shines on my book, so I don't have to have my big bedside lamp on. It's just a tiny little light that I can shine right onto my book. That's something I've always found very soothing, very relaxing. Usually, I enjoy personal growth type books. Sometimes I enjoy just pure fun fiction novel. So anything like that that's going to have me in a good headspace or have me relaxing before bed. And one other thing I do too is I like to organize my to-do list for the next day, because I know that if I have a lot going on and a lot on my mind and I don't write it down, then I know in the back of my mind, I'm worried that I'm going to forget what I need to do. So sometimes I keep my day timer beside my bed so that I'm able to um, just write things down as they come up so I don't forget. But typically, I like to do that before I finish my daily activities and start winding down for the day, so that I know I'm ready for tomorrow. I know it's coming. And so I'm going to give you guys some ideas of other really great things you can do to relax before bed. Like I said, the blue blocking glasses to protect yourself from the blue light on screens. And if you can, just don't be on any screens at all. I know, like I said, I enjoy watching TV kind of close to bedtime. So I'm not taking my own advice there, but because I have the blue blocking glasses, it seems to work fine for me. Also, have some blackout blinds in your bedroom. Have it really dark in there. If you're someone who struggles to sleep with any type of light, whether it's like the street lights outside, have that blacked out. Same thing with earplugs. I often wear earplugs. I am very sensitive to noise. So I sleep better if I'm wearing earplugs, especially if there's a storm happening, or if you have a partner who snores, or if you're just one of those people like me who wakes up to sound quite easily if there's people outside, or a car door closing or something like that. Just dampening some of your senses can be really helpful, or wearing a sleep mask over your eyes too. If you don't have blackout shades in your bedroom, that can be really, really helpful. And having a really ideal temperature in your bedroom is a good thing too. Obviously, you want things to be cooler than your house would probably be during the day. So maybe open a window or have your air conditioning on, depending on what time of year it is, or a fan running. You don't want to be cold, but you don't want to be hot either, because that's really hard to relax if you're overheated as well. Sometimes journaling before bed. If you have a lot going on in your mind, if you're maybe having an emotional day or you're worried about things, it can be really helpful to write some of those things out, kind of talk to yourself and process some of those things before bed, so that you're not laying there ruminating and having turning thoughts in your brain while you're trying to relax, because we all know where that goes and that just keeps us awake. Um, Other things that you can do, that you can take before bed, like I was saying, that magnesium supplement I really enjoy. There's also herbs like ashwagandha, which is something that's very common, and very calming. You want to check with your doctor though first, as it is a herbal medication, just to ensure that it's not going to interfere with any other medications that you're taking and that it's safe for you to take. Some people also find CBD oil on a regular basis very helpful. Taking melatonin if you're having trouble sleeping, and even like using some essential oils. I personally like a blend of lavender and possibly some other essential oils in there as well, that's specifically made for stress and relaxation. So there's a company in Canada called Sage. They make beautiful essential oil brands. They're excellent quality. You can order them online. I know there's other different brands of pure essential oils out there that you can try. Lavender is really relaxing and good for sleep. Also, having lavender and or chamomile tea, a couple hours before bed, is also really, really calming. And having white noise. Some people have those, really, like, you can get an app on your phone for white noise. Typically, you don't want to have your phone really close to your head, because there's a lot of like EMF waves and stuff coming and going from your phone. So you'd want to, maybe if you have your phone in your room, I'd put it on airplane mode, or keep it at least a fair distance away from your bed while you're sleeping. You can get a white noise machine that can help with, if you are like myself, if you're sensitive to noises, just to kind of dampen, other noises around you, and kind of drown out things that maybe you'd hear from outside, or other rooms in your house, depending on if you have people who are awake while you're sleeping. And another thing that you can try, there's also a Calm app that you can get on your phone that has sleep stories. And so these are something I know Casey really enjoys. You can do guided meditations on an app too before you go to bed. That can be really, really relaxing. So now that I've given you ideas for some things that you might want to consider before going to bed if you have trouble sleeping, and also, I think a huge one is to have a regular routine. Go to bed at the same time and get up at the same time every day or within an hour. So your body gets used to that and it likes routine. And so that's why sometimes it's like if we stay up really like a lot much later than we're used to, we tend to have a terrible sleep because we can't sleep in the next day. It's because our body really likes that routine and really likes those rhythms. So I suggest that you get yourself into a routine, go to bed at a decent hour so that you're able to get up in the morning and have a better sleep and get your body into that routine. So some other things that you don't want to do before bed, and these are some mistakes that I've made myself, watching scary movies or really intense shows like violence, edge of your seat, crime thrillers. I love a good crime show, but I can tell you that if I'm watching something like that too close to bed, I have trouble sleeping and calming down because they really get my adrenaline going. So just keep that in mind. Also, having alcohol close to bed. Oh my goodness. I love a glass of wine in the evening, but especially as we get older, we are more affected by alcohol. Alcohol can make you feel sleepy, it can make you fall asleep quicker, but it also will wake you up in the middle of the night or very early in the morning when your liver is processing it. So it's not actually helping you at all if you have trouble sleeping. So if you are struggling with sleep, don't drink alcohol before bed. Also, if you're having trouble sleeping, um, cut off the caffeine early in the day. Like if you are really struggling with insomnia, don't have caffeine afternoon because some of us just takes a really long time for us to process caffeine and it stays in our system longer than other people. Some people can process it quite quickly, like those people who can drink coffee after supper or with their dinner and be able to sleep that night. I would be awake for 24 hours. So just keep that in mind. If you're having trouble sleeping, have a look at what you're drinking in the afternoon. Make sure you don't have caffeine in there. At the bare minimum, do not drink caffeine after 3 p.m. if you want to be sleeping around 10. Also, not having a lot of food or sugary snacks or things like that before bed. It's really hard to have a good sleep when your body is digesting. So you want to make sure that you're eating, at least 2 to 3 hours of your final meal of the day before you go to bed. Because, like I was saying earlier, your body needs to repair and replenish itself while we're sleeping, and so does your brain. And when we are eating too close before bed, our body is digesting. So it's focusing on digesting our food instead of doing the repair that it needs to do for us while we're sleeping. So don't eat too close to bed. And you can also get indigestion and heartburn and all those other uncomfortable things too if you're eating too close to bed. And also, no vigorous exercise before bed. So think 3 to 4 hours before bed. You don't want to be going to the gym as your evening activity. It's going to keep you awake. So try to get your exercise in earlier in the day if possible. If you don't get up in the morning to exercise and you like to go after work, try to go right after work. Have a snack before you go if you're worried about getting hungry. But I would say don't go to the gym after supper if you have trouble sleeping because it's going to get you revved up and it might take you a while to come down after that. And the last thing to think about is how are you feeling emotionally? If you're mad or frustrated or something else is bothering you, it's going to be hard to calm your mind down and also to calm your body down before you're sleeping because feeling upset or angry or frustrated or anxious is a very stimulating feeling and it's really hard to relax when we have that going on in our body and in our minds. So That's where journaling can come in. That's where talking to somebody about how you're feeling can come in. And so that you can process those feelings and be able to relax before bed. So I hope that I gave you guys all some food for thought. Thanks for listening today. We are back next week. We do have, I believe, at least one special guest next week. So we're excited to share that person with you. And if you have any questions or comments about what I've talked about this morning, please be sure to comment on this post and we will get back to you. So enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will chat again soon.